Horses is the game Steam doesn't want you to play, but we did go through the whole thing. And what we have here is a game that is certainly mature, but I don't know if it warrants the standards of being banned. And whether it's a good or bad horror game is up for, I think, maybe less of a debate. Before we begin, I want to comment that Horses is definitely not a game for kids. And while we're trying to keep things relatively PG-13 for this review, this is not one you're going to be playing in front of anyone else, unless you're like me and decide to stream it. Horses is essentially an interactive Italian film. You play a man who, as a man of his followers, come to a horse farm to work for the farmer for 14 days, with just nice, normal horses. Yeah. It gets very much off the rails quickly here. And for 14 days, you're going to be spent learning about what the heck is going on here and seeing more and more atrocities happen by the minute. The style and aesthetic of Horses are definitely the strongest elements of it. The film motif definitely works. I like when they kind of do like the multi-camera to show off something happening or to provide you with more context as to what's going on. The gameplay is another story, and this is essentially just an interactive movie. If you're hoping for any like major control or sway over what's happening, you're not going to be finding that here. Over the 14 days, you'll be given strict tasks that you must do each day, and of course, things will start to get a little bit more stranger as the days go on, leading to the game's final scenes. Now, this is all shown in, again, this very, eerie style. Every character basically goes very far into the uncanny valley territory with their expressions. There is no vocals. You're just going to be reading the subtitles that happen, or the title cards, each time they talk. And the game goes for more comedic as well as not so comedic imagery about what is happening to the quote-unquote horses on this farm. And as I said a few minutes ago, this is not going to be a game for kids. And while it doesn't go, I would say, super extreme in terms of what it's depicting here, we've seen and have heard of games on Steam and other sites that have done far worse. How it's shown can still be a bit disturbing if you're not prepared for it. And it definitely doesn't deserve a ban on Steam, again, for the other games that have been put on there, especially games that were released at the same time as Horses on the very same day. But when we look at this beyond the controversies and the bannings, Horses is more of an okay experience than a game itself. The issue with Horses from a game perspective is that it's hard to feel like a connection to what's going on other than just shock value for shock value's sake. It reminds me a lot of the first Manhunt game, where yes, it is disturbing and evil in what you're doing, but there's no real choice other than just turning the game off. And while the game's final moments can lead to some very interesting discussions, and especially, again, about the greater themes, it's one of those games that it's meant to be viewed rather than played. And it does feel at times like this could have just been like a short film, a very disturbing short film, rather than a game itself. And ultimately, I feel if we completely remove all the controversial talks, the game being banned, we just look at this from a gameplay and story perspective alone, it's just okay. It's an interesting 2 to 3-ish hour long experience. It's one I'm not going to be forgetting for some time, but if we're talking about from a gameplay or even from a horror point of view, it doesn't quite measure up to the levels of controversy that people have been trying to levy against it. And even in 2025, we've even seen some more standout horror and more even disturbing visuals as we talk about some of the games that we've seen. It's hard for me to recommend Horses if you're not in the mood to watch any kind of shocking or disturbing behavior, then it's definitely not going to be a play for you. If you're looking for a horror experience, either one that really gets under your skin or just outright scares you, it's not going to be that. And I hate to be mean like this, but I think if this game was just put onto Steam, no controversies aside, we really wouldn't be having a conversation about it. So with that said, Horses was played with a retail key. Until your game doesn't involve horses, quote-unquote horses, or anything shocking or disturbing, then be sure to get in touch. If you did happen to catch our one-time viewing of this game on the channel, or you played it for yourself, let me know what you think about it down below. And with that, come back for more discussions on game design, which will hopefully be less controversial and disturbing in the future. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more of my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.